All right, so I'm back. I'm going to talk about another dream that I had last week because it's going to lead into the conversation about children's dreams, which I think is fascinating and fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. So let me talk about this dream a little bit and what God told me about this dream. I'm not going to say the whole dream. I'm just going to talk about the part that I feel is relevant to everybody, not just me. So I was at my mother-in-law's house and we were having a party, okay? Normal day, if you know my mother-in-law, she's having a party. That's totally normal for my mother-in-law. I was wearing a big party dress and she took me by the hand and we were running through the rose bushes and the roses kept snagging my dress. So it kind of kept pulling me back, kind of giving me a little bit of a warning, all right? But as she and I were kind of running, I was singing a Wonderland song, like an Alice in Wonderland song, but it's not any of them I've ever heard of in my life. So I don't know, but it had to deal with Alice in Wonderland. Then everything got dark and ominous, and we could feel like there was danger in our midst, and we got separated. And the Queen of Hearts was chasing us. Me specifically, okay? And you're like, ooh, scary. I was terrified in this dream, all right? And let me tell you, if you have seen the Burger King commercials, with the big king head and then the normal sized body, that guy is creepy. And he is freaky creepy. And he gives me nightmares all alone. But the Queen of Hearts had the same look. She had the big creepy head and then the normal body. So I hid in like a huge closet pantry area. And did you hear my guard dog? He's guarding me. Sweet doggy. So I was hiding in this area and I could hear her heels tapping and she was calling my name. Ginger, Ginger. Really creepy, okay? If you don't have goosebumps and chills running down your spine, you're not human. It's freaky. And she passed me. I was like, okay, good. I escaped it. And then I became lucid. And lucid means that you are still asleep, but you can make the decisions in your dream. All right? So, like, you get to the edge of a cliff and go, oh, might as well fly. I can fly. And you just fly, okay? Well, in this dream, I became lucid and like, wait a minute. In Alice in Wonderland, Wonderland was not real. It was a matrix. Now you're seeing kind of a theme that God is talking to me about. It was a ludicrous life. All right, nothing made sense. It was not real. I was like, this is not real. She's not real. And why am I hiding? I'm just going to call her. I'm going to face her. And in fact, I'm going to call her in here and I'm going to handcuff her. But I don't have handcuffs. I'll just imagine handcuffs in my back pocket and then I will handcuff her. So I did. And so I called her in and she came and I handcuffed her and then I woke up. All right. So what God is saying to us in this dream is that you might hit a few snags and you might get some warnings. But when you get truly fearful, instead of hiding for your safety, realize that what you are dealing with is not real. It is not of God. It is nonsense. And you need to confront that fear by not only just facing it head on, but beckoning it to you and taking control. Not waiting till it finds you. So you need to call out your fear. And I believe that God is suggesting here to bind that spirit because I literally had that in my back pocket and I handcuffed her. Okay? We literally have binding of the spirits as a tool in our back pocket that we can use whenever we want. Okay? We can use it. And I called out the queen just like you call out the spirits to bind them. It's always a strategy we have in our back pocket to use. We just have to realize it. And we have to use it. And when you do, you take control of the fear. And we are not only doing that in this world, but as we bind spirits, it is done on earth as it is in heaven, okay? It also affects the spiritual world, and that's what we need to know, right? So when you put on your sandals of peace, remember how I talked about the armor of God that one time, and that they're not just puny sandals. They go all the way up to your shin. They have spikes at the bottom. They are not meant to retreat. They're not even meant to hold the line. They're meant to go forward and advance. Feeling his shalom again. Those sandals of peace are not meant to retreat. They are not meant to hold the line. They are meant to advance in the spirit. And when we bind spirits, we advance not only here on earth, but we advance the goal in the spiritual realm. Fascinating dream. Did not see that interpretation coming. I even watched Wonderland because I don't think I had seen it all the way through, not since I was an itty bitty kid. And I watched it, and it was fascinating. Just what God can reveal in something and make you search it out. And you know, that's biblical. He likes to hide a matter so you can search it out. And that's why I believe Jesus spoke in parables. He wanted us to search it out. And who do you find the answers? Who gives you the answers? God. So you have to turn to God to get those answers. Fascinating. Okay, so this relates to kids' dreams. Why? Because this is what I call a boot camp dream. All right? So when God is going to put me on a mission, before he told me he wanted me to create these videos, he gave me boot camp dream after boot camp dream after boot camp dream. One of them had snakes hanging left and right, and I had to dodge them, and I had to look straight. I couldn't look at the enemy. I had to keep focused. That's one reason why he had, the purpose of me not to look at the comments after I post a video is because he knows that the enemy can attack me. This kind of relates to the dream I just talked about. Because I want to be loved and accepted. If I look at those comments and it's negative, I'm going to shrink back from the duty that God had laid before me at my feet. So I needed to stay focused. I needed to look at my feet, look at his feet, and look straight ahead. And I had to avoid and dodge the snakes. Over and over and over again, I was given dreams of similar mission, because he wanted it to become natural. My children, it's fascinating. I love listening to my children's dreams. My son has amazing short dreams with powerful symbols. And when he tells me those dreams, it is like breaking open that child's heart and seeing what is in there. It has been a huge key to parenting that kid. He's not very easy to parent. He's been very challenging for me. And when he tells me about his dreams, God tells me his fears, his insecurities. He tells me secrets about that child that I did not know. Then I can adjust my parenting tactic. I can adjust what comes out of my mouth to speak into that child. It is fascinating. Such a blessing. Even this morning, he and I were talking about a dream that was just eye-opening. My husband and I were talking about it last night. I was like, babe, this is what God is saying in this dream. And he's calling on you to fulfill this role, not me, because he's made you to fulfill this role in a way that I cannot. And it's amazing. Now, my daughter, God gave me a prophecy about my daughter, how she is a warrior in the spiritual realm, and he gave me a vision of what she looks like in the spiritual realm. Let me tell you, you don't mess with that one. She is Joan of Arc. Just wowzers. He gives her boot camp dreams all of the time. All of the time. He puts her in a situation that is very challenging, and he puts people in her care that she has to take care of as she is troubleshooting how to get out of that situation and keep them safe. Wow. dream after dream. And she'll tell me, I'm like, Emmy, that's a boot camp dream. God is preparing you for something. So just, go with it, train. He does not waste a minute. Our Father does not waste a minute. He speaks to us at night. He trains us. He is in process of telling me my life mission and what he has in store for me, what my calling is going to be, what my calling is now, what it is becoming, what it's going to be. I'm finding these 3 phases that he's developing, and it's part of my homework assignment for my dream class. He speaks to us all of the time, even in those night hours, and he speaks to our kids, and it's fascinating. Truly eye-opening, and it's such a blessing because it's changed the way I parent. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you that boot camp dream. It has a wonderful message that I believe is for everybody, especially me, to confront those fears, not just to wait for them to find you, but to call them out, to bind those spirits. And if you end up taking dream interpretation classes, start asking your kids their dreams. It'll change the way you parent, and it will just tell you the secrets of their heart. It's amazing. Anyway, okay. That's it. I feel the spirit lifting right now, so I know that I've said what needs to be said. Okay, go into shalom.